Well, hello and welcome to the Old McDonald Farm. It is Saturday, March 14th, and Lisa and I are out here today. Today is the first outdoor day that we've had, and I am so excited. I've been looking forward to this for months. Right now I'm out in the pasture. I am walking towards the fence line over here. My neighbor next door had a pile of old fence posts from a split rail fence, and they are going to be absolutely perfect to build the wildlife structure that we need to build. So that's my main focus today. I have, as part of our USDA plan, I have to have 2 wildlife structures built in the woods by April, or in April. So these are going to be perfect. They're about 10 feet long. So what I'm going to be doing is building a 10-foot by 10-foot kind of a pyramid. And it gives like the rabbits and squirrels and woodland creatures a place to have some shelter from predators, set up nests, all those kinds of things. So I have been pulling out old fence posts. This was just a dump pile basically. And I noticed them a few weeks ago, and I sent him a text and said, hey, if you want to get rid of those are perfect for what I need. Helps me out and it helps you out. So I've been out here this morning and we're getting a load ready to go. I'm going to be pulling down into the woods because the first structure I want to build is right in near the locust trees over there. So Lisa is cleaning up construction debris at the house. The siding has been done. I'll put a shot of that in here later on. So we've got all new siding on the exterior of the house. There were a lot of nails and screws and bits of wood and little pieces of plastic and all that. And I'll give you some details on what we ended up doing with the siding there. So right now I'm trying to beat the rain. Skies are getting a little dark. I don't think the camera will pick that up, but there is a low distant rumble, which I assume is thunder. So I'm gonna get to work here. I'm gonna run this first load down and down to the woods and start stacking some of this up, and we'll check back in later. It's about noon. There was a 65% chance of thunderstorms today, but I am hearing, if you can see it through the woods there, I'm hearing a lot of low rumbling thunder, and we got a storm moving in. Actually, I don't know if you can see that as well. There's some still piles of snow over there. So this is the start of the wildlife structure. I'm in the top part of the woods. The trail, the gas trail with the tree that fell down and all that is just right over there. This is the edge. There's a fence right there where the neighbor's property is. So basically what I'm going to be doing is taking these fence posts, putting them, I think they're about 12 feet long. They taper off on the edges, so really about 10 feet of thickness there. So what I'll be doing, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, 10 across there, so they're probably about a foot apart. And then the second row will go this way, and the third row will go that way. And basically, we're going to build a pyramid. Comes in a little bit as my posts get a little shorter, but basically it'll be about 3 feet tall. I'll actually be putting some a pipe right here. And what that does is allow animals to get in there real easily and not predators. So basically this will be a place for rabbits, squirrels, birds, whatever else we've got out here, which isn't much to be honest. But it gives them a place where they can build nests, get away from predators, and basically it will help us increase the wildlife that's out here on the property. So small steps with the wildflowers. We'll be getting more bees, butterflies, hummingbirds, those kinds of things. And with the 2 wildlife structures we'll be building, hopefully we'll start to increase the little critters as well. So, all right, so this is the finished product, probably. Basically, we've got a nice foundation on the bottom, little nooks and crannies and places for critters to go. And then up on the top, we've actually used some old autumn olives, which have thorns on them, so that'll keep predators away from there as well. I know the birds don't mind that. They tend to nest in these piles anyway. So we've recycled and reused old fencing and old autumn olives, and we now have a habitat for woodland creatures. So as the day progressed, we finished up the first shelter and we were able to start the foundation of the second shelter. Didn't go into the location I originally thought of. This is a little closer to the top of the pasture, but we did get a good start on about a 6x6 structure that we'll finish off by getting the branches put up on the top. Next day on Sunday, we were able to get grass seed put down in the area where the autumn olives had been taken out. A lot of rain coming soon, so this will be perfect timing to get the grass seed down. And then the biggest news of the week was that the siding has been installed on 3 sides of the house. Our Amish contractor came back. They took all the old siding off. As you remember, we had part aluminum, part vinyl. There were 3 different colors. So basically everything was stripped down to the wood. They put up a bubble wrap kind of insulation on there and then reinstalled all the siding. You can see too, they also installed the boards for the decks as we get ready to finish off that back side of the house. A little bit of stonework needs to be done over here. Unfortunately, water's gotten behind that stone and it's all going to come down, but we've got a really good start on the exterior of the house at this point. Overall, it was a great weekend. We got a lot done. We had fantastic weather and it was really nice to be outside. Spring is closing in, so within about 2 weeks, we'll start to see things budding and blooming, and we'll get to green here pretty quick. The next thing I'm going to leave you with is some video that I shot at the end of February. I never put this out, but this has to do with burning the pile of autumn olives that is out in the large field there. So thanks for coming by, and I hope you enjoy the rest of the video. It's about 8:30 on Saturday, February 22nd, 2025. Today could be an interesting day out at the farm. We have got a burn planned. For those of you who have been with the channel for a while, you know about my ongoing war against autumn olives. And if you remember back in October, we had a gentleman come out with an excavator who ripped out about 1/3 of an acre of autumn olives, stacked them up, and we are going to burn those today. So we're hoping most of it can be consumed by fire this afternoon, and that hopefully by tomorrow things will be under control. There's probably going to be a lot of snow on the ground, which is a good thing because that'll help contain the fire, keep it from spreading into the field or the neighbors' fields or any of that. The reason we have to do this weekend is that next weekend, March 1st, the West Virginia burning regulations change. And at that point, you can't have outdoor fires other than 7 p.m. to 5 a.m. So that would mean I'd have to do this burn overnight, and the flames would have to be out by morning, which is unlikely. This is likely to burn for 2 days and probably smolder for another day or 2 after that. So this is really kind of the final weekend of the winter to get this work done. It is going to be a miserable day. It is 18 degrees right now. I think we're going up to a high of about 25. Fortunately, the wind I don't think will be a factor today. That's often an issue up here. Okay, so we're out here at the burn pile. These are autumn olives that were ripped out of the ground by their roots with an excavator back in the fall. And what it did was it just cleared out this whole area. You can see there's some houses up in that area, but this was just a forest. I'd never even been in this part of the property. So now I'll put some grass seed down here in the next couple of weeks, and eventually this is where we're going to be planting some fruit trees and that kind of thing. So our mission today is to burn up this pile. Well, welcome back to the farm. It's about 2 o'clock, 1:30, 2 o'clock, something like that on Saturday. I got good news and bad news, much like the last video. The bad news is there's just too much snow, too much moisture out here. And despite using a lot of gasoline, some kerosene, some oil, we have just not been able to get this stuff to burn. The good news is I had a huge box of cardboard and I am getting that burned down. I'm almost done with it. So a little disappointing, but that's all right. We'll just burn during the burning season, and it'll have to be an overnight burn. And we'll get this stuff taken care of once it gets dried up a little bit.